I created the CNC Grid system because I was tired of setting up jobs again and again and taking ages. And I can say without doubt that this system is the easiest, most intuitive system I've ever used. You can be located and ready to machine within 30 seconds, literally. All right, to show you how simple the system is, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration. We've got our bumper. We've got our grid machined into our spoilboard. This just pops in wherever you want to put it. And you just move it to wherever you want to put your stock. You get the idea. We've got our test pieces, just random pieces, cut to different sizes. And on each piece, there's a hole. This has been cut on the CNC, so that hole has been drilled at the same time that this piece was cut. So that is the dead center of the stock. So what we're going to do is pop something down. Just pop it over there. Take a piece of stock, put it on the machine. This is the CNC computer with the control software on. It's also got CNC Grid here in the browser, and I can just swap between the two. Controller, browser. And all I'm going to do, take my stock, 130 by 210. We'll start with, let's go this way first, 130 width and 210 high. I'm going to place this stock on the machine. I'm going to make sure that I click my bumper exactly where the machine has the bumper installed, and that is 1, 2, and 1 up. I'll do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 1 up. I'll just move the mouse to this copy button, copy, 1 click, paste, enter, done. Let's do another one, shall we? So now I'll just take this out. I'll move it this way just so you can see. It's just as easy. Come back, swap these two around. 210, 130, copy, click, paste, enter, done. Let's do another one. You get the idea. All right, take this. I'm just going to randomly choose another piece of stock here. There we go. 250 by 195. Let's move this somewhere else. I was going to keep it close here so the camera can see it. It can be anywhere on the whole grid. Makes no difference. Pop that down. 250 that way. 195 that way. Come back. Put them in. 250. Oh, it's the other way around actually. It's 250 high. 195 wide. Must make sure I match whatever's on the machine. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 up. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 up. And I'm going to just keep clicking till it matches what we got on the machine. Come to the little copy. 1 click copy. CNC software. Paste, enter. Done. Purposes of this demo, let's do one more, but you get the idea. Now it's the same piece of stock, just moved it into a different orientation. 195, 250 that way. Back to CNC Grid, click, 250, 195, click, click, paste, enter. Done. It's as simple as that. I wish I could say that it's more complicated, but it's literally as simple as that. Right, before we get started, let me show you how we lock in our configuration. You go over here to our little gear icon, open up the configuration panel. We set our unit system over here. I'm in metric. If you're in another part of the world, you might be using imperial. Configure your machine travel, X travel, Y travel. My machine's 600 by 900. And then we move to this grid pattern. This is what you're going to actually machine into your spoil board, and use whatever makes sense to you. I like a 96mm hole spacing and a 6mm hole diameter. This machine origin is very important. This must match your actual CNC machine wherever it homes to. So if your machine homes to the bottom left, you're going to use the bottom left. If it's the top right, you'll use the top right. My machine, I use the center of the plate, which is unusual, but you'll probably use one of these. The default stock datum, when you put a piece of stock down, it's whatever you set in your CAM software where your start position on that stock is. The next section is the bumper stock settings. This is how you locate your piece of stock against the grid. Some people want to use a bumper, some people don't. Some people would prefer to use a PVC pipe directly in the holes on the grid. I like to use the bumper. And if you're going to use a bumper, you enable it here and you make sure your bumper width matches whatever your actual bumper width is that you're going to use on your machine. Now that that's locked in, let's go back to the interface. We come back to our actual grid, and these holes represent what we've just configured. So this is a 96mm hole spacing and a 6mm hole diameter. And you can see over here what your settings are. This is our bumper that I've configured, and this little blue square is the actual stock. The way this system works is you place your bumper wherever you want to put it on your spoil board. The way you do that is you just simply click on a location wherever there is a hole. Your bumper will move to that location. And if you want to change the orientation of your bumper, you just click that position again and it will rotate around that center point. As you can see, as I'm rotating, the work offsets over here will update in real time. You watch them change. This little red dot in the middle is because I set my stock datum to be in the center, but you might want to change it to the bottom left. I want to change my stock size. Simply come over here to the stock size and put in the actual size of the stock. So the way you would do it out on the machine is you would just measure your stock with a tape measure or whatever, and you just put the corresponding measurements in here. So let's just say it was 137 by 208, and it will update in real time. And so will this over here. When you've got your stock position wherever you're going to be working and you want to use that as your located machine position, you come up here and you click this little copy button. You click the copy button, it's now in memory, and you take that value to your CNC controller and you just paste it in, press enter, your machine will move to that position and you zero out your machine. That's it, done, ready to machine, located. If for some reason your CNC controller doesn't have a web browser on it and you can't run this application on the machine itself, you can simply come here to where it says View G-Code, click this button. You can scan the QR code with your phone. That will put the coordinates onto your phone. And then you simply go down to your CNC controller and you enter those numbers into your MDI, press enter, zero your machine, located, ready to machine, done. In addition to just locating one piece of stock, you can do multiple at the same time with different offsets. The way you do that, you come over here to the work offset section and you enable additional offsets. So here I'm enabling G55 and G56. As you can see, when they're enabled, we get our G55 and G56 sections displayed on the grid. Each one tracks its unique properties with customizable stock sizes. This is nice because it means you can have multiple pieces of stock on your CNC machine and machine them one at a time and keep the location consistent throughout the operation. I find this very useful in situations where I'm making multiple of one part. You can see how customizable this is. Another very useful feature is our stock library here. A lot of people machine the same part from the same blank stock again and again. And instead of entering it in every time, you can save it in your machine. So for example, let's just say we wanted to save this, which is 137 by 208. Come into our stock library, we give it a name. Let's call it sheet A, and we'll give it our size. Let's just say we want to use the same size, 137 by 208. We'll just add that, and now it's saved as sheet A. Let's do another one, sheet B. Let's give it, say, 92 by, let's make it pretty big, 302. Add. Now when you want to use a specific size, you place your bumper wherever you want it to be, and you just simply click here, your sheet, and it will change dynamically to the stock size that you commonly use. Let's quickly add a couple more, or we can amend one. Let's amend one. Let's go to the sheet over here, click amend, and we'll update the size. Let's give it a size of 138 by 327. Update. There it is, it's updated, and now when we click between them, the size updates. Let's add one more. Let's call it sheet B. Sheet C. And let's make it really small. Let's make it 55 by 261. And this is where it gets very interesting. Instead of machining just one position at a time, you can use multiple work offsets. You would come here and you would enable them by just clicking this enable button and locating them each independently, where they'll be tracked with their own size, and you could come down here and update their stock sizes. Select, click, click. Now a lot of the time you might have a machine operator and you might want to place your stock in the exact same position. What you can do then is you can come over here to a setup sheet, which records your stock positions and the actual machining positions of wherever you set your datums, and you could just download that as a PDF and hand it to your operator to use at the machine. Another thing that you can do is, if you have jobs that require multiple pieces of stock, you can record their positions and their stock sizes and get them back instantly with the click of a button. The way you do that, you would move down to the layout library section. You would give your layout a name. Let's call this layout, help if I can type properly, layout amazing, for the want of a better term. Demo layout as our description, and we'll just save that out. Now we've got a layout amazing. Now the way this works, if you come back here, let's just disable some things, change the stock size here to 44 by 66, and you'll see as we come back down to our layout library, we'll just click on the layout we've just saved, and there we go. We're back exactly where we were before. Custom stock sizes, multiple work offsets, and custom positions saved. Also note that each one of these offsets has a copy button where you can copy each of the locations independently, or you can come into the view G code section and you can copy them all at the same time by clicking this copy button. Before I forget, I should mention that I'm flying through this very quickly, and if you want a comprehensive guide to everything I'm doing with even more detail, there's two ways for you to view that guide. Come up here to this little question mark help and guide icon, you click on it, and this is the help center, and there's a quick start guide over here which is quite comprehensive, and then there's like a mini guide over here which shows you step by step everything I've just shown you, but in a lot more detail. So I suggest you just give this a quick read and figure out everything that you can do and how it works. And if you want an even more detailed guide, come back to the About section and then click Quick Start Guide. And this will give you even more detail. It'll also talk about how to configure your bumper. There is built into this program a bumper generator which will create a DXF file. You just download and you use that to machine your bumper, and that will always match your configured hole diameter and grid spacing. This video is getting a bit long, but I just want to quickly touch on the CNC tools section. Yes, there's more. For a free app, there's more, which is quite amazing, isn't it? Okay, the CNC tools section has got a whole lot of tools that you'll find useful for machining. You can have a look through here, but there's a tool library. You can create recipes, so you can record things that have worked very well for you. All of this can be imported and exported. Calculators, different generators. Here's the bumper generator we mentioned previously. You download your DXF and you can customize the size of your bumper. It'll pull all the information from your actual configuration. And there's a whole lot of other stuff. We don't have time to get into all of them, but they're very useful, and there's a reference section as well. Tab chart, G codes, M codes. And at any time you want to get your data in and out, you go back to the grid configuration, and this is the data import and export. So none of your data sits on the actual application. It's all sits local in your browser. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Give me feedback if you like it, or if you got any recommendations for improvements, and happy machining.